Hey there guys, it's Tina and I am black. Straight up. So how are you guys doing? Specifically, how are my fellow black people doing right now in this current state of affairs? Because I want to say I'm okay, but I'm really not doing okay, and I'm just worried about us as a race and where we are mentally and emotionally, because right now with everything going on and all of it being compounded, it's just like how can we honestly truly be okay unless we're fooling ourselves and trying to act like everything's all right, because it really is not. And I did a video similar to this where I sat down and just spoke about how I was feeling after something like this happened a couple of years ago, and I'm here again, and it's so fucking frustrated, and I'm gonna curse and I'm not gonna apologize for it, because I'm sick and tired of us having to apologize for feeling the hurt that we feel and feeling the anger that we feel and responding in the way that we are responding. Like, people want us to be acceptable blacks and, you know, the acceptable Negro and the, oh, just protest peacefully. And it's like, what the fuck do you expect from us at this point? So I'm over it. I'm not apologizing for shit that I say. I don't give a fuck who I offend. And if you feel like you can't handle my blackness and me standing up for my people, then go the fuck on and unfollow me, because I don't give a flying fuck. And I will say that every day, all day, okay? I am black and I am proud of that shit. And my people are going through fucking the most oppressive racist regime. Oh my god. Woo, child, I am so angry. And the thing is, there's so many emotions that we're feeling right now. I'm angry. I'm so angry. I'm outraged. And I'm hurt on top of it. Like, it's so much to process, because you're angry, but at the same time you want to break down because you're so hurt that your people are being treated that way. Because every single black person in the United States of America is just a snap away from being a victim of police brutality and of white supremacy. So none of us are tax exempt. None of us. And it doesn't matter your class status. Oh, no. You can be a millionaire. You can be a billionaire. You can be middle class. You can be working class. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be a celebrity. None of us are exempt from being treated the way we're being treated right now by those in a position of authority, by the government, the fucking president of the United States. Are you fucking kidding me? It doesn't matter. As long as your skin is black, as long as you are seen as other, you are subject to this racism. And it's systematic, it's political, and it's inbred in the society here in the United States. Like, people grow up learning how to be racist. You're not born racist, but the families that you grew up in, the friend groups that you're associated with, your colleagues, the education system, the political system, the judicial system, every fucking where you turn, no matter what, if you have black skin, you are seen as less than. You are less valued in this country just by virtue of the melanin in our skin. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I come from a place of privilege because I didn't grow up here. And I think about it all the time. The way I grew up, so I grew up in Jamaica. For those of you who don't know, I'm Jamaican. I'm an immigrant to this country, and I didn't come here until I was 18, almost 19. I would say pretty much 19. So my formative years, my entire childhood, my experiences as a kid, the things that made me who I am, all of that was rooted in Jamaica. So I am Jamaican through and through, and all my experiences as a kid, through school, none of it prepared me for what I experienced when I came to this country. So growing up in Jamaica, we're out of many one people, and I've said this before, there's so many races in Jamaica. It's a melting pot. It's a hybrid, right? So I was around so many different races, and add to that, I am biracial. I am half Indian and half black. My dad is black, and he's mixed with some other stuff, but he's black. And my mom is Indian, and we're talking about South Asian Indian. And I never felt biracial. I knew that I was mixed. But in Jamaica, it's just so commonplace for there to be biracial people and multiracial people. It's seen as nothing. Like, I wasn't seen as much different, you know? Yeah, they would identify you by your hair texture, maybe your skin tone, but I wasn't separate from black people, full-on black people, or Chinese people, or Japanese people, or the white people. We were all just Jamaicans. And in Jamaica, let's not act like Jamaica is like pristine and we're, you know, we don't experience prejudices, because there's definite classism and colorism, not only in Jamaica, but that's just around the world. Like, that's a given, right? Colorism is a big problem in the black race, period, okay? And classism is also another problem, but that's like in any society, really, classism, because you have the tiers, you have the rich people, the wealthy people, middle class, then you have the lower class, and I hate that whole division. But that existed, so let's not pretend that that didn't exist. But I was in a position of privilege in Jamaica, even so, because of my hair texture and because of the color of my skin. So I was seen as lighter skin, even though I didn't really consider myself lighter skin, but I experienced that colorism. I did experience it, and I experienced that privilege just based on looking the way I look, and I got it, but it wasn't like a dominant thing. It was always like, it was there, it was definitely there, but I was able to navigate life and certain things with a lot more ease than my darker skinned friends. And it was something that I knew exist. What the fuck is this guy doing? Get over in the right lane, you douchebag. How you have your hazard lights on, but you gonna be in the left lane? What you doing? What are you doing, sir? And I'm saying all that to give you a little bit of context, right? To see where I'm coming from, to understand how I grew up. And it's funny enough, because the family that I grew up in, the family that I grew up with, are Indian. And it's interesting, I did the 23andMe, and my mom is 100%, like 100% Indian, which it's funny. All my aunts and uncles married black. None of them stuck to their race, the race that they belong to, their parents belong to, like none of them. Everybody married black. And so my family is mixed, I'm mixed, and I come to this country, my cousins are married to white women. One cousin did marry Indian, but we have such a mix of races in my family, black, white, Indian, and we have different cultures as well, because we have like Guyanese, true born African American, like there is a mix of races, right? So I've been around different people, and to me, people are people. Like, I don't care, like people are people. And so when I came here, I went to school in New York City, smack dab in the middle of the city, and I worked in the city too, so I was around Chelsea and Union Square and Midtown, 34th Street, 42nd Street. I was all around the city. And the thing about New York City is a melting pot, again, of different races and cultures, and everybody is mixed. And the school that I went to was dominated, because it's engineering, so it was dominated by international students. And so I never truly experienced that separation of races, because again, everybody are New Yorkers, everybody is just chill. Most people had probably their own cultures, so you had a lot of Indians at school, a lot of Asians, but you had a lot of West Indians as well, and those are the people that I mixed with, the West Indians, and then people that were born here but they have West Indian heritage, and then you had a lot of Africans too. So like, we were a mixed bag, and everybody got along. It was all hunky-dory. I graduated and I moved out here to Long Island. And that is when I truly experienced racism. That is when I was smack dab in the middle of a very racist part of New York. And I didn't think, like, it's just like an hour and a half outside of New York City. You don't expect it to be like so different, but woo, child, it is. So I started working at my job, and I actually ended up dating a couple of white guys. Casually, no real serious relationship, but you know, like I didn't have a problem dating white. I didn't have a problem dating outside my race. Again, I'm biracial. Again, I never saw the separation of races really, so I was open-minded. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I was naive to it all. I didn't know until I dated one white guy. And this guy, when I started dating him, he was studying for the NYPD exam. So he wanted to be a New York City cop. And I helped him study. This is the thing, like I was helping him study. We would do like mock tests and we were cool, right? It was casual. Again, it's not like he didn't meet my family, I didn't meet his family. We were not officially dating. I wasn't around his friends, he wasn't around my friends, like, but I didn't see, like, I wasn't really thinking about it because, again, it's my kind of first white experience. It wasn't a big thing because if I'm not serious with you, you're not meeting my family, okay? You're not meeting my friends or whatever. I'm just navigating life, right? But then it became apparent that me not meeting his family and his friends was deliberate. Now, I went to his house. Like, I've been to his house. I've been around his friends, like, in, like, touch and go, but I never hung out with them. But it was just like, when I went to his house, his family wasn't there. So it wasn't a matter of, so he, like, conveniently made sure, like, I was never around these people. But I never really saw, like, the real issue. Like, he really covered it up, right? And he did mention to me that he never dated a black girl before. But to me, I never dated a white guy before, so, you know, what, it wasn't a thing. But then I saw a picture of his ex, and his ex was a dark-skinned Hispanic. I think she was she Dominican or I think she was Dominican. So he's like, yeah, I've never dated a black girl. I'm like, but hold up, your ex is a black girl. Like, she was darker than me. She's a dark-skinned Dominican. And I'm like, but she's black. I don't understand. He's like, no, she's not black. She's Hispanic. And I'm like, all right, relax. But I still see her as black. Her skin says she's black. So she black. So then that flagged something for me, because why are you differentiating between the Hispanics and a black girl? And then he was like, I'm not truly black because I'm Jamaican. So then he could claim that he still didn't date a black girl. I'm like, huh? I'm black. I don't understand. But he was like separating it and separating me as if, yeah, I still didn't date a black girl. I can still say that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he got accepted to the NYPD. And that's when it really popped out that he was racist as fuck. And there was a reason he didn't bring me around his family, is because I'm black and they're racist as fuck. And I'm just there like, this motherfucker. And when he joined the force, so we were still together when he joined the NYPD, and he would make comments about going to neighborhoods with black people and how he was hunting niggas. And I was like, what the fuck? Excuse me? You're hunting who? Yeah, because these niggas, they're all criminals, and if I want a guaranteed arrest, because apparently when they make an arrest, they're off the next day or something, like they could get off. So they would target these neighborhoods, and I'm like, all right, hold the fuck up. Who the fuck do you think you are? Why the fuck are you using the N-word? And I was just so shocked. I was fucking so shocked. I didn't even know what the fuck to do at that point. And I'm like trying to have the conversation, like, dude, you're white. You know that, right? Like, why? First of all, why are you using that word? And you do understand the fuckery behind that word, right? You do understand, like, and I'm trying to like have a conversation with him, and it wasn't getting through. Like, you could hear the hatred in his voice, and I'm like, dude, I am the same nigga that you talking about. So he's like, no, you're not. I'm like, nope. And I was done. I was like, nope, fuck you, fuck all of this shit, fuck everything. Nope, everything. To lose my number, block me. I don't give a fuck. We're done. So I'm over this. And I've never I regret dating certain people. You have regrets, but that's my biggest regret of my entire life. I've never regretted interacting with somebody so much, and that he had access to me. And it's like I was so open. I was so open to dating outside my race. Like, okay, whatever. It was such a fucking rude awakening to me. And then now with everything going on, it's like I regret everything. And I made a comment on Twitter, and I said this with all sincerity, that the worst part of what is going on with the killings, with fucking Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd and everything that Breonna Taylor, oh my God. And don't forget that this is stemming off of Eric Garner, Tamir Rice. That was the one that really broke me. That was the one that made me. Trayvon Martin was definitely bad, but Tamir, that, like, because my nephew was around his age, and I'm like, if my nephew can be in the park just playing, and I remember playing cops and robbers, and we had our little wooden guns, and we would pretend that we're shooting, and this kid was literally just playing with a plastic gun, and the cops didn't even give him a chance. Like, the fact that he was black was enough. That was it. The value of his life was diminished. He didn't even get the benefit of the doubt. And this is a kid. This was a kid. That one really broke me. I couldn't deal with it. So now it's happening again. And like everything we're already at a heightened state of emotions right now because of the lockdown and COVID and people dying around us, and then we're isolated from, you know, other people. So we're in our houses, and it's like we're already tense, right? We're already on edge, and we're already feeling all the feels. And then this happened, and it's bringing up everything that I was feeling before, and now I'm just like, what the fuck? So my tweet said that one of the worst things that came out of this is my fear of having white friends. And I was expressing how I feel about navigating white people in my life, because I work with a ton of white people. Like, we're definitely minorities in my company, and I've been cool with them. Like, I consider the majority of them just acquaintances, because like I said, after that white experience with that guy, like, I'm so jaded. And so I watch everyone, like, I'm always side-eyeing people, like, why, what is underneath all this? Because you can come off as everything's fine until the next shoe drops, right? So I'm saying that I'm fearful of having friendships with white people, because I'm just on edge waiting for the next shoe to drop. I'm waiting for the prejudices to jump out. I'm waiting for them to show me who they are, and I'm waiting for their friends to slip up, or their families, because sometimes it's not even them, it's their families and their friends. And it's like, I'm gonna be around this person and I'm embracing them in my life, I'm trying to be their friend, and then this is gonna jump out. And it's so, because again, I'm wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I'm like, I'm open. Like, I'm so open because of how I grew up. Like, I didn't grow up here, and that's my privilege. I never had to experience this racism my entire childhood in school. Like, I never had to experience this, and I'm thankful for that. And it's definitely a place of privilege. Because I didn't grow up like that, I don't have this inherent mistrust for the white race, and I don't inherently like feel inferior. Like, I don't look at a white person and think, oh, you know, they're better. Like, I didn't grow up feeling that. And I know in my black race, that was fed to you guys in the US. That was fed from childhood. Like, you always felt this. You felt that you were inferior in this society. And you were treated that way. And it's just, it's fucking ridiculous. And now I'm here and I'm like, it's so hard for me to be friends with white people, because I'm like, I'm friends with people, like I considered people friends at work until, like, I was friends with this couple. I love the wife. She's so, like, we worked together closely for years, and like I would go to their house, I would go to the barbecues, and they have a diverse friend group, like different ages, different races, like they're Asians, they're whites, they're Indians, they're blacks, and I was the only black one, right? And I was like, always like, what the hell kind of United Nations of friends, but I'm the only black one. And I'm like, am I the token? Because it felt like that I was the token, but I'm like, no, well, maybe they're not around black people. So I was giving them the excuse, like, maybe they're not around a lot of black people, maybe, you know, whatever. Not realizing that, Tina, you were probably the most acceptable black. They were okay with you because you were acceptable in their eyes, right? Just like I was acceptable black to this racist piece of shit was a part of the NYPD. I think he retired because of disability. And I'm like, you fucker, you. But then he's collecting money, so really, did he whatever. The point is, right? I was seen as the acceptable black, because I'm not that black, right? I'm not the hood chick, the stereotypical black girl, right? And it's like, what the fuck? And I made the excuses. I was like, no, they're fine, they're good people, you know? And they seem to be good people until the husband made a watermelon joke and a fried chicken joke and a Kool-Aid joke all in one. And I was like, what the fuck? What in all fuck? First of all, I cussed him clean the fuck out. And then I was like, nah, don't ever get that comfortable around me where you feel it's okay to make those kinds of jokes. Don't you ever fucking feel that that's okay, like that's acceptable. Who the fuck do you think you are, and who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You consider me a friend, but you would have the gall to make jokes, racial jokes about stereotypes? We're not friends. You don't care about me. You don't care. What the fuck? Are you serious? Like, do you understand what the fuck is going on? Like, are you aware? Are you the fuck aware? Like, I was done. And his wife, great woman, still talk to her now, but I can't be their friend. Like, I've cut, like, no, we're acquaintances now. Well, I'll talk. You say hi, I say hi. You good? Okay, bye. But that's it. And I'm not gonna be your acceptable black friend, the one that you're gonna use to say, well, I have black friends, so I can't be racist, right? And then you excuse using the N-word because you know black people, right? And you have this black friend that comes to your house, right? I'm not gonna be that person for you. And so I stopped being friends with them. And then there are other people that I was very cool with. And then in 2016, that election, that is when the true nature of a lot of these people jumped out. So a lot of people in my office, a lot of them voted for Trump, right? And my whole thing is, all right, you voted for Trump. I get it. Everybody can make their choice, blah, blah, blah. But why did you vote for Trump? You know what I mean? I want to hear your reasoning. And one person that I was cool with from day one, like, he trained me and everything, he said he wasn't going to vote for Hillary because of emails, which is ignorant as fuck. And I'm like, emails? Okay, you're not voting for her because of that, but why are you voting for Trump? Like, to me, it will always be voting for the lesser of two evils, right? And yeah, Hillary wasn't the ideal candidate. She wasn't perfect. Like, I wish there was someone else I could have voted for. But my other option was Trump. And that would have been, that's your choice. Like, how is that your fucking choice? How? And this fucking asshole had the nerve to say, well, he agrees with Trump about building the wall because these immigrants and blah, blah, blah. What in all fuck did you just say? What? Huh? I can't believe Trump really used building a wall to catch these fucking people. And I'm like, that's the narrative you're going with? I'm like, fucking asshole. You know I'm an immigrant, right? You're talking to an immigrant right here. So what are you saying? Oh, this fucking, it gets better. He says, you're not one of them. One of who? One of who? Oh, Tina, no, you did it the right way. You weren't illegal. Okay, you're right. I wasn't illegal. But how you know people in my family weren't illegal or are illegal? How you know my friends aren't illegal? What do you know about an illegal immigrant? What do you know apart from what Trumpet, Mr. Orange, is fucking telling you? What do you know about? Have you tried to find out about these people? Have you spoken to these people? Have you tried to envision in your mind? Think about it. As a human being, why would someone come to this country illegally? Because it's not like you come illegal and you get, it's all sunshine and roses. Obviously, you're always on edge because you never know what's going to happen to you, if you're going to get caught, if you're going to be deported. You never know. So what would make someone come to this country illegally and put themselves in a heightened state of like alert all the time? What could it be? Like, have you ever thought about that? You think people just come here because, oh, here's the country that I need to... People come here to escape. They're not coming here because it's a bed of roses. You hear that the streets are paved with gold? They're not. There are more opportunities here for them, yes. But people are escaping poverty, violence. People come here to seek a better life. But no, they'll have you believe that illegal immigrants are all rapists and criminals, right? And murderers. That's what Trumpet Orange said, right? So you're going to flow with that narrative. Okay. All right. So all of them are criminals. All illegal immigrants. I'm not saying there aren't illegal immigrants that, you know, are participating in the drug trade and that aren't rapists and criminals. But you can say that about anyone. Anyone right now where I'm at, parked up, that I guarantee you there's a rapist probably somewhere in here. And guess what? He probably ain't illegal. He probably white. And this fucking asshole is gonna be like, well, they're criminals and they're coming here and they're taking advantage of the system and they're blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, really? That's what you're gonna generalize. You haven't done the research, but you're gonna generalize because you hear the sound bites of this fucking racist, narcissistic reality show person. That's what you're riding with. Have you looked it up? Have you looked up any of the statistics? Have you done have you read anything? No. Oh, okay. And then this fucking piece of shit is gonna really tout his religion too as a part of the reason he votes Republican and votes for Trump. If you are going to tell me that you're blind to everything because of your party, like no matter what, you will never vote Democrat because you're a Republican, you will vote for the scum of the earth, the most ridiculous, racist piece of shit to exist. Like, this is what you're saying to me? So you'll vote for Hitler. You will vote for Hitler just because he's Republican. Because that's how I look at fucking Trump. He's another Hitler. I don't give a fuck. That's what he is. But he's Republican. So what? And you want to call yourself big blood clot Christian. You really want to look at me and call yourself Christian. So I said to him, okay. So then I should just blanket think about all your priests in your Catholic church as pedophiles. Because at the end of the day, I'm hearing a lot of things about y'all touching little boys. So I guess y'all all pedophiles, right? Oh, no, well, oh, so you gonna defend the priests. Oh, okay. What? Ooh, why? I wonder why you defend them now. What a piece of something, right? So, I lost a lot of friends, people that I considered friends, people that I thought liked me, people that I thought cared about me. But you can't care about me if you don't care about my people and the oppression and the systematic racism. You can't be my friend. And I lost another friend too that I was really close with. I considered this guy my friend. And he didn't vote. So, all right, you didn't vote for Trump. But if you had to, you were going to, right? You were going to. And you give me this fucking excuse about Hillary. So you're sexist too. So, all right. So you go on and go on. And you're talking about the wall. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm an immigrant. And this guy would tell me he cares about me. And, you know, he's my friend. You're not my friend. You're not my friend if issues with immigration and racism don't affect you. If you don't feel my hurt, no, we're not friends. We're not okay. And it's so baffling to me. I guess it shouldn't surprise me though. It's like people will be oblivious to their issues and their prejudices. Like they'll just say, no, I'm not. So that's the other thing too. They'll be like, they're not one of those white people. They're not racist. They really don't consider themselves racist. But then you ask them certain leading questions and it's like, that's racism. Oh no, that's racism. Yeah, it is. And it's not up to me. And it's not up to any of my fellow black people to open your eyes and teach you. Like, people will say that too. Oh, well, you know, you can teach them. You can educate them. Like, you can guide them. Why? Why? You a grown-ass man. You a grown-ass woman. Why do I have to hold your hand and show you what's right and what's wrong? You're not a child. You're definitely not my child. Why do I have to explain to you? Why do I have to explain to you what's a microaggression? Why do I have to explain to you what you're saying is racist or prejudice? Why do I have to do that for you? Why does the onus of us exposing racism fall on us? Why does the onus of exposing racism fall on us? Why does the onus of educating racist white people who may be oblivious, who may be ignorant, why is that onus on us? You can't take it upon yourself to be like, you know what? What the fuck? I'm hearing about this. The internet is there. Social media is there. Look at the earring all pop out. All these resources are there for you to read and really find out what's going on. I don't mind having a conversation with you and speaking to you after you've done your own research, but not before. I am not here to outline things to you. You go do your research and then come back to me. We can talk. We can talk about what I feel and how things affect me. And, you know, if you don't understand, I have no problem having that conversation with you, right? But when you're going to become aggressive or condescending or you just aren't open to hearing, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. And that guy, the one that didn't vote but would have voted for Trump, he actually went back and did research. Like, he spoke to his wife and his wife was like, she's right. Like, what the fuck? So he's been reading and he's been doing his research and he will have conversations with me and he will genuinely come to me and be like, I don't understand this. And white privilege was one thing that he was like hung up on. Like, he couldn't understand white privilege. And he came and he was like, Tina, I don't think I have white privilege. Like, I'm like, you don't? What's white privilege? And like, we had the conversation and I said, you go and you look that up and then we can talk. Like, you look that up. And if you're genuinely curious, if you genuinely want to learn and you genuinely want to become a better person, come, we can talk. So he did his reading and he came back and we had conversations. And he's like, wow, you know, I didn't know. And this dude is almost 50, by the way. And he's like, wow, I didn't know. I didn't understand. And nobody really took the time to explain it to me. And even though you didn't handhold me through this process, I appreciate that you were open to having a conversation with me. And I'm fine, like, having the conversation, but I'm tired. And all of us are tired of having to handhold you. Do your work. Like, do the legwork. If you want to be a better person, if you want to be an ally, if you want to say you're not racist, then do the legwork. Do the work. I am not going to beg you to be on my side. I'm not going to beg you to be anti-racist. I'm not going to beg you to be pro-black. I am not the one. I am not doing it. And don't come at me with the all lives matter because that's erasure. Okay? Black Lives Matter. I don't give a fuck about any other hashtag. Don't try to hijack our movement with this All Lives Matter and this Blue Lives Matter. Why can't we have it? Why can't we have Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matters is not about black people being better than you, black people getting better rights than you. Black people just want to be equal and to be seen as equal. It all came about because of the police brutality. Police are killing our black people, our black men especially, are dying because of the color of their skin. Police automatically look at black skin as inferior, as aggressive, and they claim that they're scared or that they're intimidated, and it's simply because our men are black. Simply because our men are black. My nephews are black. My cousins are black. My family, we're black. Okay? So that could happen to any of us. And it makes me so scared to have kids, especially to have a black son in this country, because he's gonna be looked at as a danger. Like, he's gonna be, oh my God, the black guy's coming. And then Karen in the fucking park is gonna call and say, oh my God, I'm being harassed by a black man. And the thing is too, these fucking white people, these fucking white women and their white tears, they're invoking the protection from police, knowing that the police will kill a black man in an instant. They have no issues running in like guns blazing when it comes to a black man. So she knows that that fucking bitch in Central Park, what's her face? Amy Cooper, that bitch, that fucking bitch. She knew what she was doing, and she's faking the tears like, oh, I'm in fear. Bitch, you were the one up in his face. He was the one. He was scared of you. He was like, get out my face, first of all, and you have your little mongrel dog, and y'all choke the dog. Lord of mercy, you were so insistent in calling the cops on a black man because he had the audacity to speak to you as a white woman. Oh, you fucking cunt. Those, oh my God. And don't act like you don't know what you're doing. White women, you and your white tears, white victimhood, you know what you're doing because the police are there to protect you. You see them as protection. Black people will never see cops as protection. Okay? We will always see them as a threat. Automatically, if I'm pulled over in this country, I'm like on alert. I'm like, oh shit, oh fuck. Like, I don't feel protected. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Like, what the fuck? Like, all my windows go down. And the fact that we have to teach our kids how to interact with police so we don't get killed. It's not about how to interact with police because, you know, respect and all the done, you know, how you treat older people that are older than you or people in authority. It has nothing to do with that. It's strictly about keeping them alive when they interact with the cops, keeping them safe, keeping them from getting hurt, keeping them from getting murdered. That's what we have to teach our... Imagine having to teach your black sons that. No. Fuck it. Imagine you, white woman, white man, having to teach your white kid that. You can't even fathom it because police are there to protect you. You have no idea. You have no idea what we have to teach our kids. And we teach them young as they can understand the difference between their skin and white skin. This is what black people in this country have to learn. Are you fucking kidding me? This is how we live our lives on edge all the time. I come into my community and I'm a single black woman in a pretty expensive place. And I know they're looking at me like, does this bitch even belong? Because they give you that look. The white people that live here, they give you that look like. And you're like, oh my God, I can't be loud. I can't be extreme. I can't this, I can't that because I don't want them to be afraid or put me in this bucket with the angry black woman. And so I'm like over here trying to be the acceptable black. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to be me because when y'all are loud, running up and down, your kids all out here, ain't nobody worried. But the minute I do something, I'm just worried you're going to call the cops. And I can't even have a conversation with the cops because I'm going to get arrested. And that's the least of my concerns because then I can be killed. You can't even understand how that feels to be in fear of your life day in and day out and in fear for your family's life. When I was married, my ex-husband, dark skin, chocolate, big guy, works out, intimidating as fuck, full beard, like mohawk, like He would be what these cops would consider intimidating. He would be what a white woman would consider intimidating. He would be what a white man would consider intimidating. He would be exactly that stereotype of a black man that these people see as intimidating, that they'll call the cops on, that they will murder because, oh shit, he can break my neck because he's muscular, he's big. And you don't even have to be big. Philando Castile was a skinny little guy. It doesn't matter how you look, whatever, but I feared every time my ex went out. Because if he went, like, out with his friends, I'm like, oh my God, you have to call me each and every time. If you get pulled over, you call me. You let me know you're safe. And it wasn't, oh, he's driving, he's going to be in an accident. No, it was simply about his interaction with cops and with white people. Because if he gets pulled over, the likelihood of him being killed is extremely high. You know how scary that is? As a wife? Do you know? I can't even imagine what mothers go through. And what do you feel when you think about your kids just going outside, getting Skittles, Trayvon Martin? Some white passing Hispanic thinks that he doesn't belong and is gonna approach him with hostility and a gun and kill your child just out for Skittles. Your kid can't even go to the park and just play. These white kids ride around on their bikes and they spray paint here and they're smoking weed in the park. No problem. No issues. You white parents don't have to worry about your kid being shot down by a cop. Yeah, he might get arrested and he may be brought home to you because they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, right, little Timmy? Bring him right to you again. Oh, Timmy was acting up out here, right? He gets a pass. My black son? No? Mm-mm. And I have to live in fear of that. This shit is... It's ridiculous. And then y'all are worried about all lives matter and then, oh, the riots and you shouldn't be looting and your fucking president is talking about looting leads to shooting? Yet, the white protesters that were in front of that government building with assault rifles and all the gear and all this shit pushing the cops, right? Not one of them got hurt. Not one of them got run over. Not one of them got pepper sprayed. Nothing. Nothing came of that. Y'all remember that shit? Y'all remember that shit? That was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. But us black people were protesting peacefully. We're getting pepper sprayed and run over and assaulted and knocked down. And then you're going to talk about what? Oh, the fires and the looting. Burn it all the way down. Burn it the fuck down. Burn everything. We built it. We're burning it. Burn it. I don't give a fuck. Y'all, this country was built on the backs of black slaves and black toil. Burn it the fuck down. I don't give a flying fuck. Burn it. I don't give a shit. I'm so upset. I'm so angry. And I can't even protest because my ankle all sprained and shit. But fuck all of them. They're like, I'm donating to the bailout fund for the protesters in New York City because it's fucking ridiculous. Are you, what? What? No. And I'm so happy the lawyers are working pro bono to free these people. Protest. Let's do this shit. Like, stand up for the... Because when we were peacefully kneeling, Colin Kaepernick, he was kneeling in protest. Did you see the backlash that he got banned from the NFL because he was silently protesting against police brutality? And that's what y'all want us to keep doing? Oh, be an acceptable nigga. Be the one that protests silently. Be peaceful. Oh, MLK. MLK! Y'all assassinated MLK. You fucking kidding? And guess what? His kids are speaking up. And they're like, yo, bun it down. Bun it down. So guess what? Don't invoke MLK. And it's like, y'all love to invoke for certain shit to keep us in control, right? To be acceptable. Really? Fuck y'all. Burn it. Y'all don't give a fuck about our lives. Y'all don't care about anything that has to do with us. So, what do you think's gonna happen? You think we're just gonna sit here and take it like we've been taking it for 400 years? No. Nope. And some of these rioters, this is the fuckery. These rioters, some of these rioters aren't even black. Aren't even black. We aren't the ones starting it. You have these white people that are coming out and they're just waiting. They were waiting for their chance for social mischief. And here they come, carrying on and starting shit. When black people are peacefully protesting, giving us a bad name, because automatically we're going to get blamed for it, right? It must be the black people. It can't be the white ones, right? It can't be Brad and Amy and Buckley. Like, it can't be... Is Buckley... Buckley's up there. What? It can't be none of them, right? It's Jaquan, right? And Lucretia, because y'all love to stereotype us with our names, right? No, Daquan is the problem. Really? 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 Yo, I'm so mad. Y'all, I'm so fucking mad. George Floyd. You know, I can't even watch the shit. I can't even be on social media. Like, I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm so angry. And it's like, I don't want to sit here and just be angry and sad and like on edge. Like, I want peace. But it's like, without justice, there will be no peace. And it's not about arresting the fucking officer. Because I bet that dude is going to get off. He's going to get off. There's no doubt. This has happened again and again and again. There has to be reform. And it starts with the political system. It starts with the judicial system. That's where it starts. You have to reform the police too. Like, it's all, each and every state, each and every county, each and every town. Go through. You're like, oh, it's only a few bad apples. Police aren't allowed to have bad apples. You aren't allowed to be a bad apple when you're supposed to be protecting people. Are you fucking kidding me? And then if there are only a few bad apples, then we're the good ones. We're the good ones when this is happening. Why aren't they stopping it? Why aren't they like, no, this is not right. You need to stop. Where are they? Clean it all out. Like, all the corruption, because the NYPD hella corrupt as fuck. Clean it all out. We need that reform. That's where we need to start. And it starts with the mentality of people and realizing that black people are human beings. We just want to be seen as human beings. We're not less than. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. What did black people do to you white people, to you non-black people, that made you hate us so much? Ask yourself that. When you think about the prejudices that you have, and why you think that black people deserve to die because, oh, well, he was resisting arrest. White people resist arrest. Do they deserve to die? Like, what is wrong with you people that think these people deserve to die because of whatever? Oh, well, his record shows. Did y'all know his record when you saw him in the street jogging? No? You didn't know anything about him. You just knew he was black. What makes white people, and not all white people, let's not say it's all white people, but what makes so many white people, and it's many, let's not pretend it's not many, it's many, what makes so many white people hate black people? Why? Why? Like, why? What did we do to deserve this hatred? Like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, why would you hate a race? What did they do? What did they, and being equal doesn't take away from your rights. It takes nothing away from you. It's just being on the same level. Why do you feel like you need to be in a position of superiority and have more rights and freedoms and opportunities than black people? Why? Why? Tell me why. I really want to know. I really want to know. I'm done, guys. This has been a long video, but I had to talk. I had to talk it out. Stay safe out there, guys. Please stay safe. Stay strong. And if you need a break, take a break. If you need to shout, shout. If you need to yell and scream, yell and scream. And if you need to remove yourself because mentally you're exhausted or emotionally you're feeling drained and you're stressed out, do that too. Because at the end of the day, we have to still think about our well-being. So stay safe, guys. I love you. And Black Lives Matter.